That's wild. This is American Ambulance. This is the people who are involved with the thing with Jacob Evans. There's no parking on this side of the street sign, which we clearly see that nobody gets in trouble. It's just like the courthouse. This is a privately owned business. This is a privately owned company, though. I just looked it up. But do they not mess with them because they receive state money? Like, what is it? I wonder which one drives the vehicles that were involved in the ending of Jacob Evans' life. I bet you one of them's here, at least one of them. We got another one up here that's past the sign, so that's two. Where's the ticket guy? I mean, they don't have any trespassing signs up, but I still don't want to go on their property. This guy's just parked right in the middle of the lot. Is that a parking spot? Oh, it actually is. That's weird, but we'll see. Some lady coming out. This is it. I didn't even know this was it. It's literally right across from the police department. American Ambulance, involved in the cover-up of Jacob Evans' death. He died on October 1st, 2024. Called for a medic, an ambulance. Iliano's restaurant did, and instead of getting an ambulance like they requested, they got a bunch of Norwich police officers who clearly... Shut up. Who clearly did... And look at, just like... I'm surprised. Well, I'm not. They got a grill just like every police department we've been to. That must be where they hang out, right out front. Where do they keep the ambulances, though? That one door, is that where they bring them in? Like, and these are ambulance people. Right here, and we'll go up here. Are the worst drivers, dude. There's two bridges right here that go across to the other part of town. They'll literally go in rush hour when the bridge is full. And they'll just sit there and lay on their sirens and horns. And they'll literally push to, like, make people go through the red light into the intersection. It's dangerous as hell. Like, we get it. You have an emergency to go to. But that doesn't really... One person's life is more important than everybody else. I don't think so. And it's always public... And that's the police department right there. We can go down there next. It's always public safety until it comes to them. Then suddenly it's not public safety. That must be where they keep them all. There's a Norwich school resource officer vehicle. And as we see, they're all pretty much corrupt pieces of crap. They still haven't arrested Pagan or Santiago or any of these other dudes. Not one of them. This isn't anything crazy, but I just wanted to show. Oh yeah, they do have a sign up here. American Ambulance. These are the people that had to wait. They had to wait a half hour. They claimed there was a physical barrier. Yeah, it was the cops. That was the barrier. The people that didn't get called and lied about everything were the barrier. Like, you have some of the biggest crooks in town all right here. The whole police department. These guys, they work together. You don't ever want these people. All these people are parked where they're not supposed to be, it looks like. It says no parking on this side of the street sign. All the way down the other street sign. Oh, look at right here. Were they the ones that murdered Jacob Evans? Had part of it? It's kind of sad that you can't rely on the people that are supposed to come and help you to come and help you. It's kind of pathetic. And they don't care. They think it's a joke. They know nothing's going to happen to them. To them, it's all just a big game. All just fun and games. They have immunity. They do go in there. Oh, he's scoping it out. He's gonna come here and steal our ambulances. These people are retarded. What up, Brandon? Good to see you, bro. I'm just trying to literally talk about this every chance I get and show everybody. I mean, I can say, I don't know if it was them or the other ambulance company, because there was two. But they didn't at least fabricate their reports. Like, their reports are what's really proving that he was beat and whooped. They admit blunt force trauma, that he was whooped. Just couldn't reach from the window. Oh, is that gas? That's literally where they get gas. For real, Brandon, you know, anywhere with a camera. What up, Power Band? If you're there, you're scoping it. You must want what they have inside. Which is, I could give a fuck about these ambulances. We just want the retards that drive them. I'm not even kidding you. Where are the bridges? We can see them from here. Well, that's the bridge right there. See where all them cars are? Where is it? Up past this, right here. All of them, that whole bridge will be full. And they'll literally come over it like a bunch of retards and push everybody out into traffic. Because, of course, what they're doing is so much better than everybody else. And it had some of the drivers' names on the paper, too. I just don't have them. I could find them after this. Murderers posing as helpful members of the community, right? That's what it is. Bunch of idiots. They go out to help, but then they drive like complete retards. It makes zero sense to me. Just like it makes zero sense that everybody else, the ticket guy, goes and harasses everybody in town. But he don't come up here and hit these guys off. He don't go to the courthouse right there and hit them retards off. He'll only give tickets to members of the public. We've seen it. And if he wants to ticket a vehicle, a state vehicle, or anybody from the state, he has to call and ask permission. Permission from his boss. Tell me how that works. That's a good system. And on top of all the other cars that park illegally every day, I mean, look at how much town the money's losing. One car, what did we come up with? $4,000. That's what it was for Peter Camp parking illegally for a year. Look at all these cars. $4,000 times 4, 5. That's 20 grand right there. They probably wouldn't even have had to raise property taxes on everybody in the town if they actually ticketed state employees. I would put money on that. They could do without the grill and the, you know what I mean, the patio equipment. They're not here to hang out. I didn't know that they were a private company too. It said Hartford Healthcare bought them in 2024. So that's what they are. They'll go around front. We'll check out the front. I always seen this building too. I didn't know what it was. A bunch of retards though. These are the people that are helping. They can break the law because they go speed around in an ambulance. They're fucking retarded. It is madness. It's literally insane what happened to this dude. And what up, Joko? Onk. Like, I don't understand how everybody's just okay with this kid getting killed by these. Well, I mean, everybody's probably not okay with it, but the way it was reported and the way it happened, like there was 2 weeks in between him dying and the incident. And then for some reason, there's no real coverage of it. Greg, I forgot his last name, Greg from the Day, who I don't know him, but I've talked to him, and I like him, and he actually covers stories like this. He's the one that got the body camera footage from when the New London cops assaulted me. But he put a story out, but without the footage and everything, just the reports. Nobody cares. There goes a fucking cop right there. I want to see Pagan. That's who I'm looking for. He wasn't on yesterday. So he might be on today. And he was on days before, but he was on nights. Unfortunately, he was on nights that night. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they blatantly get away with fabricating and lying in the story and telling everybody that he was in his boxers rolling around in the dirt when we showed up, which is not true. It's not even close to being true. Can you only do lives this way now? Because I know before you could just turn your phone sideways and it was switched. Then they switched it and you had to switch it before you started the live. And I tried to do it this time and it didn't even give me the option, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. We got this nice big building though. I wonder how much this cost. And I don't really understand why they need such a big building. I know they need a garage, but what do they need a huge building for? I'm not going to really go mess with the police department because I don't want them to trespass me right now. And we'll save that for another guy, maybe, we'll see. But this is it right here, guys. American Professional Educational Services. They will stand back and watch the cops murder you. And then they will do absolutely, well, they'll bring you to the hospital, I guess, but none of them stepped in. None of them said anything. None of them did the right thing. None of them went to the police department and filed reports on these criminals, on these murderers. Not one of them. Oh no, they might come beat me up because I'm crossing the street. Even the supervisor didn't know what the jaywalking or crosswalk statute was. He said, well, it says so many feet from a crosswalk you can cross. No, it doesn't. The statute doesn't say that anywhere. It says, as long as you don't impede traffic, you're okay. It doesn't say, 50 feet. Here we go, we got a fucking criminal right here. Oh, no, we don't. I thought they were turning in here. When somebody is leaving. Yeah, you're right about that, oink. Oh, that's the guy always out writing tickets. Why didn't he charge him? All about public safety. Yeah, nobody's charged him. It's weird how they make their school resource officer vehicles look like state police vehicles. They just one-up the state police because they actually have letters on their vehicles. All our state police are... I've read it in a bunch of places, and I believe it at this point. I think our state police are the only ones in the whole North America that have 100% unmarked cruisers. They do not drive marked cruisers. Nowhere. I even read some places in Europe. Like Europe too, but... And what would the reason for that be? Just besides being scumbags. They claim it's cheaper. In 2025, you can buy your own decal machine, your own sticker machine. You don't even got to pay places to put the stickers on them anymore. You could literally do it yourself. But we have such lazy, dumb people, they don't care. They would rather just drive around unmarked, preying on people than being decent human beings. But that's just my opinion. Some people would beg to differ. And since when have they ever cared about money and what's cheaper? They never have. This is the Norwich Police Department right here. They have a history with police brutality, with ending people's lives. This is not the first guy. Where's that dog? Where's that dog? But they have a history of ending people's lives in custody. Where is he? Is he really in that canine? Is that a canine vehicle? That dog sitting in that car, dude? It is. I don't know if the dog's actually in there, but I could hear him. Why wouldn't they have a Like Weathersfield has an area for their dogs fenced in, so you could put the dog in there and let him out instead of just leaving him in the vehicle. Usually they leave the vehicle running because they need the AC. I wonder if that's this fucking loser. Nelson. He's a real fucking retard. But if he comes out, we'll know. But yeah, dude, so Norwich has a fucking history of doing this, and yet they get off every time. The mayor has ignored her. She's not allowed to come here. She's not even allowed to call here. They said the only person she could call here is Perry. And in my opinion, I kind of liked Perry. A little bit, but you could tell at the end of the day, he's going to back the blue. He's never going to do what's right. And they're all kind of like that at this point, every single one of them. But this is it, guys. Come drop your drugs off here so they could take them. It makes it easier than them having to come steal them from you so they can do them. Looks like everybody's here. Where is everybody? Sitting at the department. It doesn't even look like a goddamn Connecticut plate. It's old as hell. Look at that. What is that, a plate from the fucking 30s? It's wild. This is supervisors. We got a supervisor sitting here. We got another supervisor sitting here. We're going to see if we can catch him coming out. See who it is. It's cold out. It's only 23 degrees out here. How cold is it where you guys live? Oh, let me see. Sorry, I haven't seen the message. It is. It's brick, man. Yeah, I will train. You're welcome. Of course, if we leave pets in our cars, we're charged. If we leave our car idling in Connecticut for more than 3 minutes, you can get charged. If we park in a clearly marked no parking area, we get charged. We get charged for everything these retards get away with. And the sad part is we give them, well, not the parking thing, but everything. Turn your goddamn lights on. These retards just don't give a fuck so much that they don't even turn their lights on. They do not care. I see them driving around town all the time. Up there doing, it's a 30, they're doing like 70 through it. It's like Willimantic. You get Giller chasing you. That retard will make he'll break 7 traffic infractions to stop you for something he made up. And then he'll tell you you're high. He thinks you have drugs. Blah, blah, blah. The dude's literally retarded. All around. There's nothing going on today. My fingertips are like falling off. And it's hard because you can't even snow tomorrow. We had snow today. We don't even get snow in Connecticut anymore. Literally, we get like, growing up, we used to have 2-3 feet at times. Like we'd go sledding, snow. We could do anything. This is like the most we get. We haven't got real snow in years. Maybe a storm, but it never sticks. Like half of it's already gone. It's kind of whack. It's cold to where people can't work outside, but most people, when it's cold like that, go do snow removal. Well, when there's no snow, there's nothing to do. So I really thought there'd be some out, some doing something, but it seems like they're all just hanging out at the department. There might be one up there, I don't know, but they might be all laying low because they just killed somebody. I'm not sure. His widow messaged me, and his dad, and somebody else related to him. They sent me messages. I put out a short yesterday when I seen him, and they messaged me and talked to me, and it hurts my heart. Like I don't know how to fix this situation. I don't know how to make the state do the right thing. You kind of got to wait for FOIA at this point and fight with them. And as we know, FOIA is just they claim they're there to get records and this and that, but they're still part of the state, and they still, I feel like we'll side with the state on things, so. There's no reason those records aren't out now. Just because the IG is investigating means absolutely. Well, what's that mean to anybody? It means nothing. Like, okay, he's investigating. Why can't her lawyers investigate? Why can't anybody else investigate? Because they know they want to control the narrative. They want to put their narrative out first, and that's really what the family's going to be fighting. Thank you, Jenna. They're really going to. I think the hardest part of all this is going to be getting over their narrative and their story. I feel like that's what they're doing right now. I doubt the IG's investigating. If he was investigating, somebody would be arrested already. It's not that hard to see. He's been investigating for months. Doesn't that car look lowered? Maybe because it's on a hill. But that thing looks low in the front. But I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, Jenna, it's hard because she doesn't even... She said a lot of lawyers don't even want to mess with it because there's no actual... Besides the reports, the ambulance reports side with him being beat. It clearly does. I mean, I read them. I put them on my page. I showed them, like... It says that he has blunt force trauma. He's got trauma all over his body, his head. It's pretty clear what happened. And also what Perry told her, and he didn't want her to tell anybody, was that they think he got bad drugs. If that was the case, don't you think that would have been the reason why he died? They would have listed it. Yet they didn't, but they still said that was the reason. Nothing else. They're trying to protect these bad dudes. And what's sad is that, like, that could have been you, that could have been me, that could have been my kids, that could have been your kids, your parents. It could have been anybody. So I don't understand how everybody else isn't more upset about this. But we'll see. She's talking to some. She is talking to some. So I think she's going to be able to lock in some. But even the baton, they want 10. Whoever she talked to analyze that baton said they wanted 10 grand to analyze the murder weapon. Why didn't the IG? I mean, I wouldn't have gave it up either. I can't trust them. But she has his clothes. She has the baton that was left at the scene. Like they claimed he was in his boxers when they got there, but all his clothes were in a pile back where they beat him. So, did they carry his clothes back there? No, his clothes were on, just like the guy at the restaurant said. And they never found his shirt, and his phone was wiped clean. They don't have his phone either, but when she logged on to Apple to see if she could find it, she said it was literally wiped clean. I didn't think you could even get into an Apple phone. I thought they were like, you can't get into them. Apple said if it was ever turned on again, they'd be able to ping it and see where it is, but as long as it stays off, they will never find that phone. Yeah. Who else is gonna find his phone and wipe it? Like, even if it wasn't what the police say, right? What would be the need for his phone to disappear and then end up wiped? It wouldn't. They wouldn't do that if they didn't do anything wrong. And I still don't understand the reason why they would. He didn't call 911, so unless he was recording, or they thought he was recording, or they thought something was on his phone, why would they wipe it clean? It doesn't make any sense to me. But everything points to a cover-up. To me, if you guys have the records and you don't release them, you're trying to cover something up. Like I said before, if he was shot, dude, they would have released those records immediately. They would have released those records that day. Like, well, Bob, that's what drew his mother in. She's like, it didn't make sense. She's like, the report didn't make up with what they put out. And that's when she started questioning them, and that's when she requested everything. And when she was denied everything, they initially told her that once their investigation at the PD was done, they could be released. But if they didn't, what up, bud? You want a cigarette? It's fucking cold as hell out here. You alright? You heard about that kid Norwich PD killed?
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude. Look it up. Jacob Evans. And they jumped him September 15th, and he ended up dying October 1st. He had dirt and lungs in his throat and lungs. He died from a mold disease. It spread from his lungs to his brain. Yeah, dude, be careful. You need a lighter? Hold on, I gotta find it. Yeah, dude. And now they won't release anything to the family. They won't release the body cameras. They won't release them. Other side, yeah. There you go. Well, I'm gonna bounce stuff out the freezer. Keep your head up, bro. You still working? Look at that right there, you fucking murderer! You working?
Here and there, yeah.
Keep.
Just doing some tree work.
What happened to the railroad shit? What happened to the railroad shit?
Oh, the metal company. I'm waiting. It takes a while. Once you complete the testing, because they got some kind of assessment placing, and then you got to get cleared by the FBI. Like something.
Yeah.
It's a process.
All right, I'll talk to you, bro. Stay warm. Keep your head up, dude. I like him. I don't know, I always see him out here. I try and look out for him when I can, but it's just wild, dude. It's wild, and they can lie and they can say whatever they want, but, and even that family, dude, the daughter, when I first talked to, like, these people did not understand, or I'm not going to say it like that, but they didn't think of that the police would do stuff like this. They did not at all believe this. And they were like, this completely changed our view on life itself, but policing in America, in this country, like, a lot of people don't want to accept it or believe it until it's too late. And where I'm hoping they messed up is, I don't know if there's anybody that's gonna stay on their ass. It's gonna be a scorned mother, you know what I mean? A mother that lost her child, so. God damn, Too Fast, Too Furious. Is that ludicrous? But I don't know. I keep trying to catch Pagan. Oh, where he is. Hiding. They didn't even give him time off. They didn't make him sit back until the investigation's over. They didn't give him a paid vacation. They just said, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Which is pathetic, but we don't expect much less anymore. And the IG's about to run again. I just read that this morning. I guess his term's coming up, and he wants him and who's the governor right now? Not Blumenthal. Not Malloy. I forgot his name, but him and the governor, he wants them both to run again. Well, once he blows this and covers this up, I don't think he should be elected at all. I think Tong is not fit to be the IG. And I haven't looked into it, but somebody else told me that he's not even supposed to be the Inspector General. Like, that's not, he didn't go through the proper process. I don't know the details, but I'm going to look into it. But as we know, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want. And unless we get a whole town to stand up and say something, they're not going to care. They don't care at all. As long as it's not them or their family, they don't care. They can murder your son, and then they'll claim officer safety. Watch, that's probably what will come out in the end. We had to hit him with the batons. We had to beat him for officer safety. We couldn't let a medic go to a medical call. And it probably would have been totally different, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said he wanted the ambulance. So, if he wanted the ambulance, clearly he knew they were coming. And certain people, dude, he had hypothermia, and he was in acute liver failure, so he probably wasn't even in the right state of mind. He was probably a little delusional. and then you expect an ambulance to show up and you get 5 gang members, dude, I would be freaked out even if I wasn't in hypothermia. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, yeah, right. I'd be out too. And really, what they chased him for, they admit that there was no crime. They said there was a call. They lied again. They said there was a call for a suspicious person, which there was no call for a suspicious person. There was a call for an ambulance by the guy who owned the restaurant. So I don't know if dispatch fumbled the bag, somebody, or they just heard it and they were that bored and they're like, we got to get this out. We're going to go to this medical call. I don't know. I'm sure once the family gets their records, we will know. Fuck you. Flip these fucking people off. But I don't know. And I don't know if they'll ever come to the light of day either. Like, that may be for, I mean, I requested them, but I'm not going to put the records out. At least not the videos if the family doesn't want me to. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. So it's a tough spot to be in. I'm actually, yeah, Lamont, that's it. But I am grateful that the family answered me. Somebody I grew up with sent me it and was like, can you do anything to help these people? This is messed up. I was like, I don't even know how. I've never heard of this. But I was like, I don't know. Let me message them. You can't really help people that don't want to talk. And there ain't much I could do except for let people know and try and get the records myself. But I will. But luckily they were receptive. The daughter talked to the mother talked to me. Now I talk to the widow, the father, and I feel horrible, dude. Horrible talking to these people. He was 28. I didn't get my shit together and get clean till I was 29, 30ish. Right in between there. So he was in recovery. They said that they found trace amounts of drugs in his system, which is whatever. It don't really mean anything to me. That doesn't justify what they're doing. And I don't see how that kills you 2 weeks after the fact. If you OD'd, you would have OD'd that night. You wouldn't have OD'd 2 weeks later. There's one right there. So it's just a big mess. And every time I talk to them, my heart just sinks. I'm like, God damn. Oh, this sucks. I just say, like, I don't even know them, but I feel like I know their family. It's like all I think about. And I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I hope sooner or later something comes of this. I couldn't imagine being in their shoes. They know something was done down there, but they have no idea what. What happened at the river behind Eliano's? What did you guys do? Oh, we can't talk about it. You're trespassed. You can't come here. You can't call here. You can't do anything. Well, luckily the sidewalk's about 10 feet from their front door. I would go down there and protest. Ain't shit they could do. I would be calling murderers every time they walked in and out. Every time they left. I just don't want to go stand down there by myself. It gets boring. And to be honest, we all know that one person doesn't really do much. I think we should go like 10, 15 people deep. Go protest these people. These murderers, because that's what they are. It doesn't really matter how it gets worded, what they say. There's nothing that's going to justify what happened. There's no way you guys can't tell me you couldn't cuff a dude that was hypothermic and an acute liver failure. Look at somebody sledding down the hill. That's dope. You know what I mean? You can't tell me you guys couldn't. He was 200 pounds, yes, but 5 officers. If you guys can't get him under control without beating him to death, there's an issue. But this is what happens when we allow our police to pretend like they're they're everything they want to be. They're doctors, and these people that have less training than a barber, pretty much as much training as a McDonald's employee gets, doing all this serious stuff, but nothing's going to change until we change it. Like, we're not going to... Connecticut, they refuse to hire cops. Jordan versus New London. They refuse to hire cops that do too good on their tests. They said if we want smarter cops, we need to change the law. The problem is, there's not enough people. Nobody cares. Or they do care, but everybody cares at separate times with big gaps in between. And that allows them to just keep doing what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They know that they murdered him. They know William Tong is going to try and cover it up for them. If not, he's going to make it so they at least get charged with that, at least the least amount they can. And even if they do get charged, the odds of them going to jail or actually getting like sentenced for it are low. Like, cops kill people out here. The last cop that went up for killing somebody blatantly shot the dude in his car because he had a knife in his hand in a car by himself. A threat to nobody except for himself. And the cop shot him. Brian Winters, I think, something like that. He went on trial and the jury found him not guilty. So Connecticut's so goddamn twisted. It's such a deep throat state that these people don't even care. Oh, they're heroes. They're not out there killing people. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. Okay. Tell that to the Evans family. Tell that to all these other victims in Connecticut. So, I just saw a thing earlier. A cop in Chicago got caught messaging a 16-year-old. He was a school resource officer. He literally got caught. A 16-year-old female went to him for help with her boyfriend, and she became his target. I posted, I didn't see any videos on it, but I posted the link on my page, but it reminded me a lot of what happened here in Connecticut with Bill Edwards Sr., the guy that now works at the halfway house watching men piss. The same sex he got caught diddling. And Bill did way worse stuff than this guy did, because supposedly this is all just messages. They dropped all the counts for this guy and gave him one count, 1 year of probation, I think some community service, and an $800 fine. And that's it. No, he should have had to register as a offender like he is. I don't care if he actually did it or not. He was in a position of power. He should have been held to this mythical higher standard that these retards always run around claiming. Well, we're held to a higher... No, you're not. You're held to no standard. We watch it every day. Stop fucking lying. Like, we know. We know you're a scumbag, so... It's just that own it. I'd respect you a little more if you owned it instead of just running around faking it, but to each his own. I'm going to end this. Oh, man, this sidewalk's slippery. I thought we might see some cops over there or something, but I just wanted to go by American Ambulance, check it out. I didn't know it was there. And, yeah, if anybody's out here, let me know. Or if anybody's in the state and wants to protest this department, let me know. I know it's hard. I'm trying to look at the screen, and I keep slipping on this goddamn ice. But... Thank you guys. Every time I see them, I'm going to go on live and I'm going to ask them about this. And maybe it'll be a little warmer this week. I don't know. We can go down and ask the court people. Go check court out. But I don't know. Stay warm, guys. If anybody needs anything, everybody knows how to get a hold of me. My email. And thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one.